Lean back. Lean back. Ooh.
Oh, sorry. I'm just like, I was just like checking out my hair, not realizing we're live already. God. It's like
Welcome back.
It's like looking in a mirror and you're like, oh, fine. Okay.
You just finished workout.
Workout and also photographing and videoing some yoga.
Of like yourself or somebody else?
Of myself, of course, because we're social distancing.
I thought there would be like your roommates doing yoga or something.
No, I find it really awkward asking people that I live with to take pictures of me in active wear.
Dude, you're like freaking model, man. You were like a model.
But I think it's awkward to ask people who normally take your photo to ask them to take your photo. Like, I think people only like taking maybe 1 to 2 photos max, like especially if it's a stranger. You know, when you ask a stranger at an amusement park to take a picture of you and your friend. Okay, I'm just going on to something else. Yeah, I feel like it's a bit rude of me to knock on, a housemate's door and just be like, hey, can you take pictures of me doing yoga?
I don't know.
It's like you ask your other friends to take pictures of. I mean, I don't normally take pictures of myself, but this is because I'm also creating yoga and wellness content that is going towards our company platform as well. Yeah, and the thing is, a lot of the photos are from inside the room. Doesn't have that nature feeling, and I have a little bit of grass and a bit of a forest feeling on my rooftop. So I really don't know how to take pictures of myself, so it took a while because I took it at the wrong angle. Like everything just looked wide, and then when I switched sides, I thought, oh, okay, so this is how people take pictures of themselves, and I really don't know how to.
You need to go to the editing software and like mirror your image, right? Because you are like in selfie mode or something.
Why didn't I think of that? So I spent
What the hell?
long switching sides. Okay, you're gonna laugh. The first time, I thought I was filming.
Yeah.
Good 5-minute sequence. I go to switch it off, and it didn't record at all. So by then, I'm thinking, okay, my face is not too red yet. Okay, I can take some photos. So I take the photos the wrong way around. And I'm like, oh, no, I can't use these. And then finally, I got it right, but then I looked as bright as a tomato. So learning how to... I mean, content creators, it's really a job. It is definitely a job. So by the end...
I think it's like a glorified job. Everybody sees like the end product. They don't see the process.
Yeah.
And then they'll be like, so easy a job.
I think you really have to love yourself and like yourself so much to take so many photos and videos of yourself. I have a really short attention span for that kind of thing, maybe just like 15 minutes and then I'm done. I want to go read a book or do some work instead.
You look at some girls on Instagram, right? The way they pose, right? Like, oh my god, like, how the fuck do you like love yourself so much? Like, man, I think they like fucking
that reenactment again.
They are like they I think they like jerk off to their own photo, man. These people are really like Kanye West, man.
Watching this right now, they won't be happy if you said that. Well, I mean, they've got selfie stick, and then they're like, apparently, it's like you need a certain angle because
Yes.
or else you're gonna get double chin.
And then they like pull back their eyes so that I don't know what's this angle.
What, like this?
Yeah, I have no idea. You're clearly not one of them.
No, but
yeah. Please don't become.
Oh, it's like a spacecraft. What is it? It's a tripod.
Do you just buy it?
Huh?
Do you just buy it?
Yeah, from Lazada.
Hey! Oh my god, Lazada is the fucking best. The delivery is like so secure and like on time.
And Shopee, or is it Shopee or Shopee?
Shopping, okay lah, not so good. Hey, Mr. J, what's up?
I tell you, oh guys, I have something really exciting to tell you. The most exciting purchase I've taken in months. Are you ready to hear this?
The most exciting purchase you did in months?
Yes.
Okay,
and it was
what?
such a good deal.
Is what?
It's something to do with cooking, and the other one has something to do with blending.
Air fryer.
How did you guess? Oh my god, I'm so excited. The phone just fell over. See, the excitement is so strong. The energy.
The exact same as Charlene, man. And she said that actually she upgraded already. Now she wants espresso machine. I'm like, what?
Because there's a special on Shopee. By the way, no endorsements. But
we hope someone endorse us.
It's like a small mini air fryer, perfect for 1 or 2 people. It's like special edition, just made for lockdown. And then I found wireless blender. It looks like a water bottle, but then and it's just like a cup size, and then you can put your small sliced fruits inside and make your own fruit shake.
So you press.
Yes. My eye looks very like this. I'm being artistic right now. I'm gonna do artistic IG live.
Is yours like the spider leg? Is it bendable? Oh yeah, check this out.
Oh my god, we're totally being nerds right now. It's like if people didn't know who we were, they'd be like, what the hell? And then check out.
This is like a tech channel, a digital DJ tips. What you need to be careful about is this one, because you see, mine, right, is like super loose already, like, you know. Yeah. So this is the potential part that will fuck up. And then also the legs, right, you will like be a bit like, you know, like flimsy. Yeah. So yeah, it's only suitable for phone. You cannot like mount a DSLR on it.
So what I'm bothered by is I thought this can go further up so that it's like lengthwise, but it can only do landscape. So how am I going to a type
like this?
Huh?
Then you can put your phone like that.
Mind blown emoji. Oh my god.
Why are you so noob today?
I'm so new to this world of tripods, man. Like, maybe I put the Oh my god. Oh my god. This is my jam. Oh my god. Okay, thanks for that. That's level unlocked.
Eventually, when you want to use DSLR to shoot, right, you should go and check out Casey Neistat's channel. He has a link, right, where he buys his tripod, and his tripod is like super heavy duty. Even like DSLR also can mount on. So yeah, that's an upgrade.
On this. Do you also have the long tripods, the ones that are like life size?
So what, selfie stick?
Body size. So like your if you're standing from afar, you can. I don't know how to say all these things. I don't know the words and the terminology for
tripod. It's called tripod. This is called like spider legs or bendable stand or something. I forget what's the name.
So the ones which be elongated so that, let's say, doing DJ sets, or if I need to see my full length body, like yoga videos. Where do you get those?
Camera shop.
Or what's the ideal length?
I don't really use it because I feel that I'm not really like in the middle of a, let's say like I'm in the middle of a savannah, there's nothing for me to put my camera on, I'm like shooting lions, you know, I'm not in that scenario, you know. I'm in the city where I can literally just drag, like, maybe I'm DJing, maybe I'm like future, I can drag one of the bar tables and use as a tripod, you know. I don't really need to spend specifically for that. You know, I think, like right now, right, you see, look at my freaking camera stand. It's a fucking G-Shock gift box, you know. Then I just put my camera and then I'm live. And then another one is I just use another box and then I put my camera on top.
I use yoga blocks and books.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just whatever works, man. You know, I think tripod is not really needed. But I think this one is important.
Whoa, now I know. Why didn't I do these things? Okay, now I know. You know, it's like I had stand so far away from Zoom calls for yoga. It's because I was using only landscape, and then I had to stack books underneath to fit my whole self in, or else my head gets cut off.
Yeah, it's like that one. And eventually, I think from there, right, you will work towards a GoPro.
GoPro.
Like instead of using a phone to shoot, right, you will shoot with a GoPro because GoPro has this thing called Super View.
Oh, so you can see the video on it.
Okay, so you see, the distance between the GoPro and myself, right? I'm standing here, my DJ console is here, the GoPro is here, right? It's like super near, right? But because of Super View, right, it can see all the way until my roof and the whole DJ console, despite like these short distances.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like a lot wider than whatever iPhone can do.
What's the range of pricing for GoPro?
I bought mine for like 400 plus on Lazada.
Okay. So that's
Yeah,
standard.
so
The
actually
waterproof-
it's not. Yeah, it's not too expensive. Like obviously when it just came out, it'd be like 800 to 1,000 plus. But now, because mine is Hero 7, GoPro Hero 8 is already out. So mine is only like 400 plus.
Okay. And then waterproof as well. This is the one you can take underwater.
You can take underwater, you can vlog yourself, and you can go live on it.
Oh.
Super
Wow.
crazy.
And how's the transferring of the files? You just connect from USB to computer?
There's an SD card is inside the GoPro, and then when you shoot, right, you record inside the SD card, and then you remove the SD card, then you SD card into your com.
Got it. Oh, and then how's the sound quality?
The sound, okay. The sound is not that good. That's why you must have two things. You must have one of this, the adapter, right? The cable to this adapter, which you can plug in your own mic.
Okay.
Yeah. So the mic is like additional like 100 plus. So
So normally
yeah,
GoPro just records the video but not the audio.
no, it does record audio, but the audio is very like, how to say it? Like you are in the toilet and you're hearing listening to club music, right?
Like underwater.
Yeah, like more bass heavy.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I've been trying to figure out. Well, for now, I'm trying to stick to seeing how good an iPhone can be with recording video and photos, and then as I get more comfortable with phone, and then progress to GoPro in the future. But I think I have to just really be videoing a lot, and then so I can make use of it. But what do you use to edit?
Okay, I use this free software called DaVinci Resolve. Let me show you. You see, this one. Yeah. So this thing, right, is basically like iMovie on crack. It's like extra good. Yeah. So you rather than having like Premiere Pro or Pro, I think Premiere Pro, right? Yeah, rather than having Premiere Pro, because Premiere Pro you got to pay monthly, right? This DaVinci, right? You can do like quite a lot of advanced stuff, right? And it's still free.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah, and somehow because for us, right, we are just editing like vlogs, etc. Right? We're not gonna make like a Avengers level sci-fi special effect movie, right? So this actually has more than enough functions than like for what we need,
Is this what you're currently using for your own vlogs?
Yeah.
Okay. And then, so when you're filming yourself and you're walking, the same, this is the GoPro. When you're filming yourself, how do you know you're in the shot? Is it because it's wide? It's a wide shot. Like no matter what, you are in the shot.
So yesterday I just published my 23rd vlog, right? So for the first 23 vlogs, right, I've been doing like super view. So no matter where I put, right, I would, even if I put like freaking like at the corner, right, I know I will still be in the shot.
Okay.
So but then I had a call with like some of the people from like Channel News Asia, and then they said that they would like to use my vlog footage, but then they would prefer it if it is linear. Like obviously GoPro has a linear function, has a linear wide and super wide So because I think traditional media when they shoot, right, they use linear so that you won't like have the fisheye effect, So it's like more professional So because I'm so used to my GoPro already, right, I do not even need a reference screen. I know exactly where the frame is at. So obviously, if you have a reference screen, right, your camera will be bigger and it's harder for you to store. So eventually you get used to it and you will kind of know where the framing is at without even looking at the reference. And that's where vlogging will be so much easier because you can literally put the vlogging camera in your pocket and then you can go anywhere with it.
Okay.
Yeah, because vlogging is all about consistency, right?
Yeah, it's about just keep on making content.
Yeah, and if camera is too big, then you'll be like, so lazy, you know.
Yeah. Oh, so what's this about? What or Channel News Asia wants to cover your blog?
Like maybe like by the end of the week, they say they are choosing between like a bunch of musicians, or so if this works out, right, they will choose to like document like day in our life kind of thing, and then I'm like, I already doing it, you know, just freaking rip for my vlog, that's it, you know.
Yeah, well, that's good. It's like using existing content already.
Yeah, repurposing.
Oh, cool. So maybe I will be a content creator, and then I'll have to do a photo shoot with tripods like this, like super Vogue.
Do you know you are like one of the people that inspire me to want to do my vlog? You were like vlogging yourself,
I'm not
right?
a vlogger, so how can that be?
Huh?
How can that be?
You're like documenting yourself. You know, I'm not like a big fan of like watching people's vlogs because I think like other people's life are like not so interesting. Maybe Casey Neistat's life is like damn interesting, but most people's vlogs are like super mundane. Yeah, but then I see the way you do it, it's like, you're like going ham by yourself.
Because I'm just a little bit weird, so
yeah,
it's
so
something on a whim. You see, it's like if you visualize or you see something, oh hey, that's cool. I'm gonna try that out, see how that looks.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. But you know, the thing is because I have done marketing or digital, or it's when you do it on yourself, it's like how authentic can you be? And then I start to overthink, and then I'm like, oh, I don't want to do this anymore because I don't have many personalities, but I have many moods.
Moods,
So, you know, sometimes I'm really quirky and wacky, sometimes I'm quiet, sometimes I'm really theatrical, I like to sing and dance, and then sometimes I'm really dry humor. I think that inconsistency would just make me look crazy. So for that reason is why I haven't really got into vlogging, because, you know, it's...
No, I think you can still self-filter. You know, even though like I do weekly vlogs, right, but there's still a huge chunk of my life, right, that is not being documented. Like I think the vlog only covers like 10% of my life, which is something that is like more related to my brand, you know, like music-wise. And then like, I would say I want to be like presentable, a little bit funny, but not like freaking like trolling, you know. So there's a kind of like image that you want to keep, so you like kind of filter whatever you want for the vlog, you know. But it's definitely coming out from you, it's still authentically yourself.
Okay. Well, that means...
Yeah, Master Chef, I'm always cooking, yeah.
But I'm just really nutty. So I have outbursts of excitement and just want to dance and sing. And I think that just makes me like a bit weird.
You should watch Emma Chamberlain. Do you know who she is?
Emma Chamberlain.
Emma Chamberlain, Lain.
Lain.
Dude, she's like 56 times weirder than you, man. And she's like constantly on crack, like super funny. And she's, I think like this year only like 18 or 17, and she's like 8 million subscribers just because she's weird. And it's so in line with who you are.
Videoing herself.
Huh?
Sounds like she has a lot of time and energy to be videoing herself.
She tries to, but I don't know lah. But I think you should watch her video, man. It's super you lah. It's quite like you.
The thing is, if you start filming yourself all the time and you're waiting to be monetized, it's like something you do on the side.
No, you don't really wait to monetize. I think it's just like you shouldn't aim for that, because if you aim for that, right, oh my god, you will feel like shit.
Sorry, I just got lost for a moment because I realized I don't think I sanitized this when I put this on my face. I'm gonna cut. Sorry, I'm just like, that just came in the mail a few days ago. I forgot to clean that. So, and I just been putting that all over my face. Okay, distract me and talk about something else, and I'll make sure that...
Yeah, so, yeah, just go and check out her vlog, man. Like, I feel that filming yourself and like speaking about what you think at the moment is like sometimes it's troublesome, but I think it's like it's still ultimately content, and it's the easiest form of content you can do.
But you know what it is? Who is this? PIPY. I think we secretly desire the weird and the
uncommon.
Wow, that's so wise. Yes, we do.
Do you know that people find things interesting differently from what we think? Like, I always think that something is interesting, and then I was like telling this Channel News Asia guy, and then I was telling him that, oh shit, I ordered my stuff and it failed repeatedly, and I'm having trouble to set up my live stream, everything, right? And then he's like, oh, that's so interesting. I'm like, what the fuck? Having Lazada order errors is interesting to you, you know?
Yeah, it's like different for everyone, I guess, like how their brain works.
Yeah.
What I wanted to say is that there's so many of us who are becoming more open to sharing things in social media, whether it's writing, video, photos, that you have to take note that everything that goes out is technically there forever. Even if the recording stops and you delete, there must be, like, it's stored. It's stored out there in the internet, in the interwebs. And it's so important to protect your privacy when you can. So when it comes to, let's say for me as a performer before, when it's time to perform, that is your airtime. It's sort of how I would look at, let's say, DJs. You know, it's your airtime when you're on that stage, and then you have your tutorials or your vlogging. A lot of maybe other older DJs are not to filming stuff or getting on media because they'll just leave it to the live experience. So for me, I know how it is that content has to be captured because I myself had to copyright and write about other brands. And I even do copywriting for other people who are sort of like influencers who need their captions written, but they don't know how to write it. So then I have to step into the shoes of other people or other brands to think as if I'm the consumer, how I would speak and write. So when it comes to me writing from my own perspective, the person inside is actually quite philosophical and deeper, and that stuff just doesn't mesh so well with social media because it's supposed to be about light and happiness and being relatable. Not everyone wants to go deep into dark topics. So that's actually...
No, I disagree. Like, there's so many channels about like deep and philosophical stuff, and I think like mainly if you keep it casual, right, and once in a while you inject like hard-hitting messages, right, people will actually listen to you and you will like carry further rather than just all day about the doom and the gloom, you know.
Okay.
I think it's like super your personality, you know. You're like crazy, yeah, you know, people like to be around you, and then suddenly, right, you just drop them like a deep bomb, and they'll be like, they'll think about it. Then after then, you know, you go back to being crazy again.
That just makes you sound like an inconsistent human being.
No. Damn, I'm talking to you, like, I love you for who you are.
Yeah, it's an interesting time, and when I think about these things, I feel like I love humor and I love wackiness because I like to have a laugh, because I like to look at the humor in all situations. But when it comes to stuff like influencer marketing, and just because I've experienced modeling and a little bit of acting and theater, from all your experiences in life, you take from what you like and then you piece things together. And if at that time in life you really liked it, it was something for that portion in life. And then you move on. But it's because you have all that experience, you can always draw back from it when you need to revisit a certain thing. But it might not necessarily mean that you really enjoy it much later on. So for me, let's say, if I had to do a photo shoot for more than 3 hours, I'll feel tired. I won't feel that same excitement as I felt when I was 18 years old. It's like a motivation and fire inside where you're like, oh, okay, we're going to get the shot. We're almost there. We've got the right shot. And then the photo comes out months later, or the TV commercial comes out later, and you're like, whoa, and that 1 minute took 12 hours to film, or like 10 hours to shoot, and you feel very satisfied. But that's at that time when you're on that journey, or you know, you think it's worth it, that time you invest. But then as the years passed, I felt like to be more productive doing this. Oh, my housemate is on here. I better not say anything bad about him. I think he wants to see how these IG Live interactions work. DJ Junior in the house. What's that button? The alarm. What does it sound like again? It's okay, Junior. I know we're having a rough time, so I think it's fine for you to express yourself in profane emojis. We are all ears on IG Live if you want to share more of your angry emojis with us. We are being very dramatic. But yeah, I was just saying that. Actually, if Junior's still on here, Junior used to be a model. Yeah, I was just saying that you just get so tired of it. I think for a lot of people who did it, maybe for 10 years, they're just like, okay, done. They end up going into content creation.
Do you realize that a lot of Victoria's Secret models, right, they are all now starting their own YouTube channel?
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then they are like capturing a lot of the behind the scenes, you know, and that is where they are like able to express how they truly feel. Like, oh, I'm so tired after this shoot. Tomorrow I still need to eat healthy, blah blah blah, etc.
I guess it makes them more relatable because when they're put on the runway or when you see the photo, they look like they're not human. They they're really put on a pedestal. I mean, that's actually something interesting that I wanted to talk about is how when you look at influencers or models on social media, they have such a high following because the beauty of the photo creates like a fantasy.
Right.
And it's like, people who want to look like that, or it's such a beautiful photo. Sometimes a still image is more attractive than a video or a public speaker. Like your vlogger is a different type of personality versus the beautiful face of a model. And then if they're like a public figure, then of course if they do vlogging, then they already have a following and fans. So then they're really, like, oh, that's the life they live. Oh, I can possibly become like them one day. Oh, wow, like they eat this. Okay, maybe I'll eat this and I'll have a body like that too. Is that? I like behind the scenes content. Oh, Junior, I thought you said bye. Why are you still in this shot? Sorry, that's my housemate. I'm not being mean to people.
Yeah. I think only like true fans really appreciate the behind the scenes. I think most people, right, appreciate the main product. Like if you watch like DJ Snake's channel or Martin Garrix, the amount of views for their vlogs or their behind the scenes, right, is always like 100 times lesser than the actual content. I think only true fans can appreciate the behind the scenes, or especially if you're in the art scene or you're like a music person.
Junior's still in this chat. Because I thought you were gonna ask me modeling stories. Oh yeah, Junior used to be a top model. He went to Milan before. Yes, like I'm telling his stories on IG while he's commenting in here. I'll do a shameless plug for DJ Junior. DJ Junior co-owns a record store cafe in Joo Chiat, East Coast, Singapore, and it's called Choice Cuts Goods. And they are doing coffee runs and deliveries. If anybody on here is in the East or knows anyone in the East who wants really good coffee, they do really good coffee. I get my matcha latte from there. Have you been to Choice Cuts Goods?
Of course.
It's so long. Choice Cuts Goods Cafe.
We just say Choice Cuts among the DJs.
Okay. Choice Cuts. So what have you bought there?
I bought like a lot of drinks, man, when I was there. I forgot already. Like, I bought 1 coffee and 2 alcoholic drinks.
Did you go there for an event or just buying records?
For the Mern gig. And I went there another time, but I forget what is it for already. I think it was for Co-Flow or something.
Oh, cool. What do you think? Is this the space in Joo Chiat or the former space?
Once in a former space, once in a new space.
Okay, which one do you prefer? The older space or the current space?
I would say current. I would say current is better.
Just because the layout or the location?
Yeah, it feels like more pristine.
Oh, cool. I've seen the space when it develops into a live band space, and that's really cool. So it's very flexible. Like suddenly it's a shop, and then they can move everything aside, and then it's recordings.
Mm.
But I really like the chai lattes and the matcha lattes. Very good vibe. And they also have food as well. So sometimes
And I feel that the music they play is more real in a sense.
yeah, like it's a cafe vibe, and it's just like an archive of different music there.
The music is very white label selection, selection.
Ooh, maybe you guys can do. Oh wait, no, we can't do collabs because we are.
Hey, DJ Junior, spin for Zouk sessions.
Hey, hey, hey! That is a great idea. If he's still in this chat, plug. Oh, okay. Choice Cut's good. He's tagging his. But yeah, Junior, you should consider Zouk Sessions collab. I'm going to manifest it. Manifestation. Do a
Actually,
Matte Black or B2B. Yeah, full circle. Because Junior used to DJ at Zouk back in the day in Japan.
right.
Know that?
He's veteran. He's veteran.
Like actually, that'd be pretty cool. B2B, hip hop, Matte Black, and Rattle.
You just gotta. I think B2B is a bit hard on live stream. So I would rather he just do like himself, and you just need to talk to Nash to add him into the programming. Because right now, right, I think Zouk Singapore is very hungry for digital content. So we should take this opportunity and use this platform as much as we can. And like obviously promote acts that we think that is dope.
It's actually pretty cool because, if you think about it, post lockdown, there's gonna be all this amazing content that's there to be looked at, especially when you reflect on how during this time all this music and collabs were created. Like even for Jufree, Mr. J, he's been doing so well. Very cool setup. Actually, all of you, it's really cool to see you guys doing your own sets in your spaces. Like when I saw Nash's live stream, I saw the screen at the back with the visuals, and then you all have your disco lights in your rooms. Mm-hmm. And because live, oh, hello again. Okay. Yeah, it's like live, your personalities are very different. And I was curious to see if your personalities will still be the same on live stream content.
I think the moment you start vlogging, right, you will start to blur the line between your online and your real life, because I think it's very hard to pretend when you are vlogging or like you are doing long form content. You will eventually start becoming more and more yourself.
Yeah, because you're not so conscious that the camera is recording.
I guess you're like used to it already, That's the format you want to portray.
Yeah, but you know how like there's also rules about not too many profanities or certain connotations you can't. So you just have to be very mindful not to swear or say certain things, because then content can possibly get banned.
Yeah.
That's the thing I'd like to talk about. How few people outside of Singapore know that certain acts have more difficulty performing in Singapore because of the content of their lyrics. Isn't that true?
Not even content of the lyric. I would say content of the lyric is probably the last thing. I think it's more like drug abuse history. That's the number one. And also like how they look. I don't know if you know this Japanese composer called Kitaro.
Okay, I'll check it out later.
Yeah, he produced this very famous track. And he was supposed to come into he produced this very famous track, I think called Matsuri, and he came to Singapore. He wanted to come into the custom, right? But because he has this look, he's like the freaking Bob Marley kind of look, that long hair all the way until the floor kind, and he's a guy, and with beard, everything. So custom cannot identify who he is, right? And then they just decided to not let him in because he cannot cut his hair, and he refused to cut his hair.
Oh, okay, so he had a certain profile, a certain look that suggested that he was doing naughty things.
I think maybe it's easy to imitate him if you are like a typical guy, you know, and you put on the wig, and people might imitate you, and you don't know who's the real guy, you know.
Okay, okay, got it, got it.
Yeah, and he's like typical Japanese dude.
Interesting. How about rappers? What is the main reason why certain rappers can't perform in Singapore? This is an
Drugs
interesting
are.
for people because I'm from Hong Kong, so I think when I lived in Hong Kong, I didn't really know what it was like in Singapore. And now that I've lived here for the past few years, I'm like, whoa! I didn't realize there's so many rules. I thought this place brought in a lot of acts, which they do, more than Hong Kong actually. I've seen way more bands and performances in Singapore in the past 3 years than my whole life in Hong Kong. Because our spaces are so tiny in Hong Kong. Maybe we have Asia Expo, but it needs to be a really big name or a big act to perform at Asia Expo, which is like the massive convention stadium that you have in Singapore.
Yeah, I think Singapore got quite a lot of rules, but that's also one reason that makes our country so, you know, you can be very carefree and you will not suddenly randomly get shot on the street, you know.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's very true. How are you finding it being locked up and circuit breaker? Because now we are on week 4. We are on week 4. I was talking to a lot of friends in Hong Kong, and they are still free to roam, to go to the mountains, hiking, go to the beach. It's more like a conscious decision for people to not crowd. But I'm still seeing people having dinner parties in Hong Kong together. So seeing this, for those who are watching who are not in Singapore, we are not allowed to group. We have to go grocery shopping or step and public by ourselves. So even if you go to the shopping mall to get groceries, you need to scan your ID. You literally need to line up outside of a store because they can't have too many people in at the same time. Feels kind of futuristic actually. So I don't really go out. I only go out once a week.
Then what do you do most of the time at home?
I'm filming yoga content. I'm practicing teaching. We're actually getting ready to work on stuff for Zouk Academy. So we're just rehashing stuff because we're sorting out stuff on the website. So I'm also working on Zouk Academy stuff. And all the content that's getting posted for Zouk, we're also reposting and supporting as well. Yeah, because I think I mentioned to you last time we're working on wellness content because we're working with Zouk Genting and Zouk Singapore together. So Zouk Genting is posting a lot of podcasts, interview questions, and workouts as well. So I'm contributing to yoga for that platform.
Right. So I think we created this thing called Zouk Family, right?
Yeah.
So do you know much about this Zouk Family thing?
Well, I've seen it. I've seen the branding on the videos.
Yeah.
So would you like to share?
I'm not much information about it, but I think it's like there's becoming so many Zouks, you know, in the world. There's Zouk Genting, Vegas coming soon, Zouk Singapore, everything, you know. So I think they just want to have one, like a what do you even call that? Like a main group, main body. Yeah.
Like a group.
Like a group head, like, you know, IMG Models is owned by a parent company, something like that.
Oh, okay.
So,
Okay.
yeah, probably like Zouk Family is like the main thing, and then our parent family is like Genting.
Yeah, yeah. And that's pretty much what it is. I mean, I think we're all adapting. You know what I was feeling like after week 3, it really starts to sink in the reality of what this is. Oh, Dave. Hello, David. This guy, David, who's commenting, he really likes to booty shake. He likes the party. Yeah, I was saying that. So week 1, week 2, and week 3, I felt like it was important to put in a routine because it's like you're ready to brace yourself for the long haul. So by week 3 or week 4, you really realize this is your reality right now, and you can't go here, you can't do this. So I think it helps to not go out so much. But when you do, that's an absolute must, like running errands, going for grocery shopping. But it felt weird yesterday, to be honest. I felt like it was kind of apocalyptic. It's a weird vibe because everyone's wearing masks and people are really looking at you. before the masks, nobody really looks at each other. But right now, because everyone's literally solo walking, it's almost like we're in a virtual world. People are really looking at you.
Everybody look better. Everybody look better because the mask take away 50% of the ugliness.
Oh my god, that's really bad.
Jeremy.
I bought this really cool thing. Since it's like a tech channel right now, I'm gonna show you what I bought so you can see what it looks like.
New haul. So today we'll be like talking about random stuff. Like every week we're talking about random stuff. Like every Wednesday. So yeah, that's what this channel is about.
Bala. Hey Jeremy Bala, le dude of Bang Bang and Lulu's Lounge. Alright.
Alright.
I went to buy coffee. I can't have too much coffee, but I wanted to see if I can mix my coffee, a little bit of coffee with matcha, because I can only really drink matcha. Oh, I ordered a bunch of stuff from iHerb. I'm so, oh my god. Sorry, my tone of voice got really excited and high. I ordered stuff from iHerb. Guys, I recommend that you order your stuff from iHerb.com. It's much cheaper prices for vitamins and healthy foods. Because I felt like, I was also thinking post-lockdown, we are going to be working and being very busy, even busier than we always were. So it's important for us already to stock up on our vitamins and our body supplements so that when we get back into it, we are feeling strong. So right now, it's good to keep strong. So back to my coffee story. So I'm waiting for my matcha latte powder to arrive in the mail. That sounds dodgy.
Some green powder.
And supplements. And I was walking past a cafe when I went grocery shopping yesterday. I was like, oh, smells good. Be nice to have my own coffee at home. So then I can stop buying so much from Starbucks and stuff. Because I want to think about being more mindful, stop spending so much post-lockdown.
You buy Starbucks every day.
I used to, yeah. Not good. And then basically, I became really sensitive to acidic stuff. So my eye got swollen because I was having too much like coffee. So yeah, I managed to go down because I used, I'll say the story for another time. It's pretty gross. Basically, it was swollen and I was not so well.
How many coffee you drink a day?
A latte? I can't even do like a black coffee because it's too much. But
3 coffee a day.
Because my heart palpitates if I have too much coffee. Yeah. It's like, I guess as you get older, your body's just changing. So I'm adapting. But I think every now and then it's okay if I learn to make my own little bit of coffee, like small portion. This is an AeroPress Go.
Ooh.
Because I saw, you know, the appeal of when I look at Coffee Maker, to be honest, is it's super hipster. Because apparently there's an art to making your home coffee if you use like these funnels and everything, and it looks very pretty. And the guy told me, don't buy that if you don't know how to do latte art and all of that. And I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, I probably wouldn't. So, maybe I'll unbox it now. Oh, it's too much effort because of the tape, but I'll just explain. You can take this for traveling. Basically, you can push this all the way down so that it becomes the size of this cup, and then that rubber thing can cover the top. You put the coffee powder in here with a cap. Then this is how many cupfuls or how strong your coffee you want it to be. Mm-hmm. And then pour the hot water inside, and the glass or the material can take the heat. Mm-hmm. Put it in, and then you compress, and then it will go through the filter. So he also gave me, wait a minute.
Inside, right?
You didn't give me the filter paper. I have to go back to the shop. Okay. I have to venture out into the wildness. Okay.
The dangers.
Okay, never mind. I'll continue. So you press it down, and then the coffee is strained, and goes into here, and then you can pour more water inside it if you want to put more. I can't believe I didn't get the filter. Getting so frustrated. But it's great for traveling, so that's why I got it. I tend to like things that are foldable. I even have those collapsible cups, environmentally silicone caps that you can put your coffees or teas in. Maybe it's inside here. You know what? I'm gonna check inside here. I'm so fixated on finding out right now.
Maybe they give you like 5 to start out. The other then you need to refill.
It was supposed to be included. Oh, thank God it is inside the box. Why was I freaking out a while ago? So silly.
Vlog content.
So these are the filters.
Fuck, this looks like the Chinese dumpling skin, man.
Look how cool that is. You're traveling, you're on the go. Oh, so cool. And it's like I don't necessarily have to be a constant coffee drinker. Oh, is that a coaster? So this is the filter. Cup. Scooper for the coffee powder. Portable stirrer. You're like a kid with a new kitchen. You know those toy kitchens you get when you're a child?
Play-Doh.
How many coffees would you like, sir? Okay, 1, 2. That will be $5. Okay, fake money, put it back. Okay, all right, make another one. You know what I mean when you're a kid and you play pretend.
Yeah, the Play-Doh days.
Okay. Oh. Okay. So the filter paper will go on top. So you put your coffee in here, filter paper here, base. Aha, lock in. Oh, I feel like I'm putting a weapon together, a coffee weapon. I'm such a dork.
Assemble rifle.
And then I will only make one. So, okay. I will pour the water inside here, and I will put it in here, lock in, and the coffee is going to go inside the cup. Awesome. Oh, so happy with my purchase. Woo! Again, it fell down.
It's a old people thing, and the older you get, right, the kind of things you want is like home appliances and stuff.
I know. Well, I think also generally what's happening right now is it makes you aware of all your home amenities, what you need. So everything that's closed, like you don't, let's say you always get your coffee outside, or let's say you get your snacks or drinks outside, you have to learn how to make it now, or you have to just suffer and not have it and lose weight.
I don't know, are you like a big fan of bubble tea?
It's actually really good that McDonald's and bubble tea are down, because then people are going to be healthy this month. But I fear for people once they get too excited, once the shops are open again, because then your body is going to get really shocked to have all that sugar in your system again. So it's a universal detox going on right now.
Yeah, for the world as well, the atmosphere.
Well, apart from drinking, though, I know that a lot of people are drinking a lot at home.
Stress.
I actually have not been drinking during this time. I think it's important to reset and not drink. Because the thing is, you drink at home, you're like, ooh, I want to go out. Oh, I can't go out.
Netflix party.
Yeah, pretty much. I was actually trying to imagine what it would be like once Zouk opens again. And I envision it like what it's like on Halloween and New Year's Eve. And those are the messiest nights of the year ever. I envision that once venues open up again, it's going to be like that.
It's going to be more so because everybody is like so trapped,
Yeah.
It's like the release.
Yeah. I
Easy
guess
day for us.
up to opening, you guys are going to have to increase your alcohol tolerance again. So you're going to have to practice drinking.
Yeah, oh my god. I'm going to be so bad.
Yeah. Because once it's back to normal, you're gonna have to be able to handle all that. Okay, today let's have 2 more questions, and let's wrap it up because we've had so much talk of this compressor. I've actually been drinking kombucha. I'm such a hipster. Oh my gosh, kombucha, and then like, my new AeroPress.
Plus yoga routine.
Plus music. People, yeah,
you are like a
like
non-influencer.
Huh?
You're like a non-influencer. You do influencer stuff, but you don't post them.
Like a micro-influencer, and that exists. Micro-influencer is less followers, but more.
Yeah, there is.
More authentic living, so then people feel more compelled to follow the suggestions.
Yeah, talking about micro-influencers, all the brands are reaching out to micro-influencers. I've been like sponsored by this wireless earpiece studio for like as long as I can remember, and they are sending me another one now.
Congratulations! You just need to post.
Huh?
You just keep supporting the brand, but it's not strict to their brand. You're still able to also use anything else.
Yeah.
I think the bigger name you have or the more following you have, there's probably some regulations and endorsements where you have.
I think it's when they finally start paying you money, like you are big enough that, or they want you to endorse something and they have to pay you. That's where you have the restrictions. But I think if at a stage where you are just like getting free stuff and not getting paid, right, it's still not. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think with what's happening right now, either everything is just at a pause or a standstill, and then everything will go back to the same. But before lockdown happened, there was a lot of excessiveness of, luxury and promoting of spending, because it seems like things like beauty products or products in general make people feel better. So that's why you follow influencers and like, oh, this makes me so happy. And I was actually thinking about this, how, when people get stressed or they want to escape routine, they turn to digital influencers as things that make them feel happy about themselves. I mean, that's just my observation, and maybe it's not completely true. But now that when you're in lockdown, a lot of these tutorials actually do help, because imagine people want to practice doing their own makeup at home or learning how to cook or anything lifestyle. That content is still relevant for home. But in terms of profession, because industries have been so hard hit and affected, it makes me wonder, would a younger generation really want to be an influencer as a profession? Or would they, poses a lot of questions. I feel like you have to just be super adaptable and have many skills to pull from for different situations. Like, in show production, there needs to be a show. Right now, we don't have shows. But because I'm in wellness and I'm also in yoga as well, it's very relevant because it's very mindful and it's about health and wellness, and we're all trying to keep healthy and have really good positive mindset. So that becomes suitable for now. So I feel like this all teaches us that we have to be adaptable and learn many different skills throughout life. Like, never stop learning.
That's so true, man. Yeah, there's so many things that we cannot do now, and it really takes us to another level where we have to use like our alternative skill set. If not, you will just simply be eliminated. That's the sad fact.
Yeah, and that's what's stressing people out, is that they were on a path that was working very well, that suddenly when the plug is pulled, it's, especially imagine for the mentality or type of people that are used to planning and everything works in that plan. It's very stressful. So what happens is the mental health also starts to really suffer. So I was talking to friends who are psychologists, counselors, and who also run their own counseling apps, how there's such an increase in a need for therapy or people to talk to about this, because people are experiencing things and feelings and reactions for the first time in their life or in a long time that they can't imagine. And I think it's that whole expectation on yourself. You need to shift not only your lifestyle, but how you think and how you view yourself, and not be too hard on yourself. If people always measure their success only by money or status, you will get more stressed and really, really suffer and have a hard time. So it's more of that survival mindset of seeing what you have, seeing what you can work with, and then keep going. And that's where creativity is so important. Music, art, drawing, writing, filming, because it activates a part of your brain that generates new ideas. Because
I think we left 5 seconds left to wrap this up before it shuts down. Yes. So now they give you a 2-minute countdown, right, when the video is gonna end.
Okay.
Yeah. So
But
I think
did the other one save?
Huh?
Did the other one save?
I'm just like constantly on screen record right now.
Oh, Sabrina's here. Is she still here? Wave at us if you're still in here. Cheeky Chico.
Cheeky Chico.
Maybe she's off. Yeah, I was getting so deep into life in that previous one. Maybe because I just did some yoga. Ah! Cheeky Chico!
Chaku.
Sabrina! Are you both watching? Maybe you should join the next one.
Yeah, probably.
I've heard such great things, and it's like other countries outside of Singapore are doing okay. Well, Hong Kong and Taipei, they can still walk around. So lucky you guys can still walk around in the city.
Mm.
Whoa, we're just like, oh man. I have been actually trying hard not to video too much on social media. I think that's like one of the things that's good to keep your sanity is not put too much stuff on IG stories.
Why?
0. Oh, Taiwan is 0. Congratulations. No cases. Awesome.
DJ Ray! Oh my god, are we gonna go for another hour of this talking?
Why? Okay, 30 minutes. 30 more minutes. I mean,
oh my gosh, I haven't eat yet, man. I think we should continue this like next week so people can stay tuned, you know.
Or 10 more minutes of me measuring my face with a stirrer.
So anyways, like...
Yeah, Karina, you're gonna love this. I need to show you what I bought. And I just did a whole like unboxing of an AeroPresser for coffee. I can't have too much coffee, but I bought some for home. I thought I don't want to get a whole like machine, so I got recommended a travel portable presser. So you put the coffee in here, and then you put the filter on here so that the powder doesn't get through. You lock it in to this thing. Aha. And then, so by then you have your water. You put the water in here, a bit of water, not too much. And then you choose the level of how much pressure. I guess like 1 cup, 2 cup, 3 cup. I guess how much water you put in. Then you have this little cup thing, and then you press it down through the filter, and then a little bit of the coffee will be there, and you can put some water in there. And then this is a portable stirrer. It looks like a hockey little stick, and that's spray powder. And when you pack it, because it's travel size, you just cover it with this thing. Yeah, I know! How amazing is that, Sabrina? I got this from a coffee shop when I was walking down the road from home. But just check this brand, AeroPress Go. AeroPress Go. Yeah, look at the size of that. I'll put it next to my face for scale size. And I have small hands. Oh! Oh my god. Oh my god. If Kaku gets tired, just whip this out my bag and give it a shot. Show you the box. AeroPress.
It's like an endorsement.
Yeah, I mean, if we're traveling. Because I was buying coffee and I was thinking, you know, since we've been in lockdown, I've been enjoying the being in my room and in my own space. You're welcome, Sabrina and Kaku. And you find that you just appreciate your own space as much as you can because you're staying home most of the time. So when I bought some coffee, I thought I was going to make that downstairs in the shared kitchen. And then they showed me this and I was like, oh my God, I can become more of a hermit than I already am. So I can stay in my room and don't have to face people as much as possible. And I'm waiting for my mini air fryer to arrive and my portable blender. So I think I'm going to do a separate social media post unboxing for when those arrive next week.
You can have your own kitchen in your room, man.
Yeah, that's why I was saying how like when you're a kid and you have your own kitchen when you're a child. Should I reenact this again, Patrick? I'm going to reenact this again. I'm going to pretend that I'm a 5-year-old in my own kitchen. Would you like some coffee? I don't know, I'm putting on the list. All right, I'm going to put some coffee in here. Cup of coffee. All right. I'm going to pretend to put some hot water inside. Ooh, too much. I'm going to put some of that water out. Ooh, some of it got on me. Okay, stirring.
People that just joined be like, what the hell is this two people talking about? What the fuck? You're tripping hard, man. $1
million trillion for amazing invisible coffee.
Yeah, here you go.
Okay, bye-bye. We continue next week. But let's, like, I would like to learn more about DJ things next week because, yeah.
I think next week we can start talking about, like, how to cope better with, like, because you were saying earlier in the first hour of our live stream, you were saying that people are, like, starting to feel, like, the depression, you know, they are so successful going one way, and then now everything changed, you need to adapt, and they are feeling so down, you know. How can people cope with it? I think we can talk about that next week as well.
Yeah. Because by then we might be a little bit more insane because you never know what's going to happen every day.
Yeah, but I think we are constantly chatting, we are constantly working. It serves as a good distraction, I guess, rather than completely not doing anything and leaving yourself to your own thoughts.
Yeah. It's so important to keep interacting, for sure. Yeah.
Okay, shall we just continue next week?
再见.
Should we do like 1 o'clock or should we maintain 12 o'clock? What do you think?
We decide the day before.
But we gotta tell people to tune in to us, right?
1.
1 o'clock is better.
1. Pokemon, gotta catch 'em all. Oh, could improve my voice. My voice is not so great. Maybe I'll get a vocal teacher. Maybe I'll learn how to sing this month as well.
Yeah, it's 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock in US is like what? 1 a.m.
Because we're 12 hours.
Yeah.
And many people are sleeping. Oh, I can use this as well for shaping my eyebrows.
Ew, then you're gonna stir and drink. Disgusting, man.
Okay, all right. Bye.
Okay, bye.